How to make smart business decisions. 7 tips to make better decisions in 2020. In January 2018, the word hangry was officially added to the Oxford English Dictionary. The familiar mashup of hungry and angry is defined as bad-tempered or irritable as a result of hunger. Most of us know the feeling, and research shows it also leads us to make riskier, more impulsive decisions. Hanger aside, making sound decisions is an essential skill for entrepreneurs. Every day brings a tidal wave of choices, from hiring to product features to marketing plans. Yes, I am your friendly guide, Mr. Smart, and I have crafted this animation based on a highly insightful writing of Aytekin Tank, the founder and CEO of JotForm. Decision-making is one of the toughest parts of Aytekin Tank's job. Technology and markets evolve at lightning speed, and there's endless data to weigh with every choice. This makes the decision-making process in entrepreneurship even more challenging. On the bright side, learning to make smart decisions can help you work more productively, manage stress, dodge burnout, and feel more satisfied in your business and your life. Why do we struggle to choose? You've probably heard the term decision fatigue, which happens when we exhaust our finite supply of self-control. As you go through your day and make increasingly more choices, each one becomes more difficult. Eventually, your brain goes rogue and seeks one of 2 shortcuts. It acts impulsively, or it avoids the decision entirely. John Tierney writes in the New York Times, "Decision fatigue helps explain why ordinary, sensible people get angry at colleagues and families, splurge on clothes, buy junk food at the supermarket, and can't resist the dealer's offer to rust-proof their new car." He further writes, "No matter how rational and high-minded you try to be, you can't make decision after decision without paying a biological price." Reducing the sheer number of decisions you need to make, it's a good start. That's why so many entrepreneurs wear the same outfit every day, eat the same meals, and have predictable morning routines. As founders, we also need practical skills. Over the past 14 years, I've discovered that when I work with my brain, instead of fighting biology and human nature, I make better choices. But how to make effective decisions? Here are 7 techniques that can help you make smarter, more effective decisions. Number 1, go for good enough. If you've ever spent a Saturday night browsing Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, and even iTunes just to find a movie to watch with your significant other, you understand why more choices can actually make us unhappy. It's a phenomenon psychologist Barry Schwartz first outlined in his 2005 book, The Paradox of Choice: Why More is Less. According to Schwartz, you can sidestep this paradox by settling for good enough. As Olga Kazan writes in The Atlantic, people who do this are called satisficers, and they're consistently happier than our maximizers, people who feel they must choose the very best possible option. Running a business requires a lot of big decisions. Apply your best thinking and your personal values to the essential choices. Then settle for good enough with all the peripheral stuff. That's how to improve decision-making skills. Number 2, aim for speed. In a 2016 letter, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos told shareholders most decisions should probably be made with somewhere around 70% of the information you wish you had. If you wait for 90%, In most cases, you're probably being slow. It's easy to delay an important decision when there's a lot on the line, or to obsessively gather every kernel of data that could sway your choice. I've found that in most cases, Bezos is right. Get as much information as you need to choose wisely, and then don't look back. That's the core principle of fast decision-making skills. Number 3, imagine the worst-case scenario. We can thank the ancient Stoics for this approach, which means visualizing major problems before they happen, then working backwards to make a strong choice. For example, imagine you're considering a product release delay. What's the most disastrous possible outcome? If you still made the same choice, how could you prevent this scenario? Or the exercise might convince you to push ahead and release on schedule. Number 4, weigh your options. We often see choices as binary, chocolate or vanilla, left or right. In business, however, it's rarely this simple, and most options don't hold the same weight. For example, maybe option A could create a massive profit increase, while option B has a 5% cap. You'll often find that one choice has far more potential, even if there are risks involved. Number 5, put it on paper. The classic pros and cons list exists for a reason. Getting your swirling thoughts down on paper can provide clarity. As Chris Sharek writes in the Harvard Business Review, these lists promote rigorous thinking, which minimizes the likelihood that critical factors have been missed. They also provide some emotional distance from the decision at hand. Just watch out for cognitive biases. These common mental errors, such as anchoring, loss aversion, and confirmation bias, they can lead us to irrational choices. Number 6, think small. Just as entrepreneurs often create an MVP, or minimal viable product, sometimes it pays to make a minimal viable decision. Ask yourself, what's the smallest possible decision I can make right now? For example, if you're considering a move to Portland, don't just pack your bags and go. Instead, read travel blogs and stories. Talk to people who live there. Book a 3-day trip and find a great co-working space. 7, consult with people you trust. Many of us run big decisions by trusted friends, colleagues, or family members. It's a useful step that might offer a new perspective. You can also use others' reactions to gauge your own subconscious instincts. For example, if a colleague agrees that you should move to Portland and you feel encouraged and supported, you're probably eager to relocate. If you resist their opinion, you're likely not ready to go. Just be careful not to let other people, especially those you respect and admire, talk you into a choice that doesn't feel right. My fellows, now I have a question for you. What does decision fatigue mean? The options are A, difficulty in making a good decision experienced as a result of the number of decisions one needs to make. Or B, fatigue you feel because you have to make the most important decision of your life. Or is it C, fatigue due to indecisiveness? Write the correct options in the comments section and see which one of your fellow viewers has selected. Furthermore, if you want a detailed quiz, PDF version, and illustration of every new animation, join the Smart Club through the link in the pinned comment. Now, let me introduce Aytekin Tank in a little detail. He is the founder and CEO of JotForm, a developer by trade, but a storyteller by heart. He writes about his journey as an entrepreneur and shares advice for other startups. He loves to hear from JotForm users. You can reach Aytekin from Aytekin Tank at JotForm.com. Dear viewers, Mr. Smart knows that you lead a busy life, a really busy life. That's why he makes animated versions of highly inspiring and useful writings and books, especially for your learning and your success. Subscribe to Mr. Smart so you don't miss any of these videos. Here, I need to add that Mr. Smart is not just another YouTube channel. It is a complete learning and self-development portal. Visit the website mrsmart.org to find more content, courses, and quizzes. Live long, smart living.
My fellows, you will lead a happier, satisfied, and successful life when you follow the principles and life hacks mentioned in this animation. But we all tend to forget. 1 week or 1 month down the road, we shall forget the principles and rules that today we vow to stick to and follow. However, Mr. Smart has a solution for you in one word: repetition. Watch this video time and again. You've watched it today. You may watch it in 1 month from now, and then 3 months from now, and so on. And every time you watch the video, make an active self-analysis to track your trajectory of self-improvement. You can even keep a personal diary to note your observations. Live long, smart living.